I want to just spend a few moments talking to you about building for the future. If you've been coming along for a while, you'll have heard that phrase. You'll know, hopefully, what it all means. If you're new, Building for the Future is a project we launched quite a while ago, before lockdown and all these things which we never imagined. Really to build a foundation that our ministry would, from here, from Holy Trinity, would be secure and fruitful in the future. And you'll know that we've already looked after the site, and the site is much safer and more accessible for everybody. Johnny, our curate who was leading us earlier, he's joined us to build our resource to get out into the community and share God's word. And the final element of it is to build a building. If you've been to the site recently, you'll know there's a bit of scrubland just over there behind the church entrance where we hope to build a building. Now, in August, I stood up here and I said very sadly that the contractor that we've been working with had pulled out for various reasons. So we were left with no contractor. We have all the permissions we need. We have most of the money we need, but we don't have anyone to build it. So with the Building for the Future team and along with PCC, we've been working hard to do that. And I want just to let you know where we've got to. So we've managed to find 2 contractors who potentially are able to build the building for us. And we're working with them at the moment. We're working alongside them to refine the costs, refine the design, and also we're checking that they as a company, we think they're actually able to do the job. What we don't want to do is end up with half a building because they can't do it. And so that's going really well. We're optimistic about that. To have found 2 is really good in these times. Alongside of that, we've developed a new project plan. Now, anyone who does project management in this day and age will know that plans have to be reasonably flexible. So don't hold on to this too tightly. But we think that if one of these 2 contractors, if we manage to get through the negotiations and get to an agreement, we think that by September next year, summer next year, we should be able to have finished building the building. That is dependent on one of those 2 contractors actually being able to do it and agreeing, and us being able to afford it. And that brings us to money. So you'll all know that over the last months, prices of raw materials have gone up. And we are pretty sure now, in fact, we're absolutely sure, that the estimate we had, which was $300,000 to build the building, it's gone up. It will be more than that. So as a PCC, we've looked at that. We've identified some other sources of finance to help us. But our aim is that by January, we will have got to a price where so that we can actually tell you, this is what we need to do in order to finish raising the money. So we'll come back to you in January to let you know what we need to do. But as a PCC, we met on Monday, and we remain really confident and committed to the project. We believe it is God's will for this place, and we continue to push really hard. I'll take the opportunity to thank both the PCC, but also the Building for the Future team, so John Burt and Jenny Hardy and Joe Gregory. They have an amazing endurance for making phone calls and following up on things that really are quite tricky to get done. So thank you to them. If you see them around, why not say thank you, because they're saving all of you a whole lot of work. So please do say thank you to them, appreciate them for what they are doing. So what does that mean in terms of next steps? Well, I want to encourage you with 2 things. One is, please keep praying. We want this to be founded in prayer, that we are committed to serving God. It's not about bricks and mortar, this project. It's about people coming to know Jesus. So please pray. And that leads me on to the second thing. Don't think that life has stopped just because we haven't built the building yet. This Christmas, we've got loads of stuff going on. If you've read your email, you will have seen the long list that Steve prepared for us all to let you know what's going on this Christmas. There's loads happening. Every one of those things is an opportunity for you to think about, who will I invite? Of all these people that we've met randomly over the last year and a half, maybe it's a neighbor, maybe it's someone at the school gate, maybe it's a colleague at work, but who will you invite? And it struck me this morning as I was talking that So our carol service will be both here, but also online. So maybe for some of us, it might be more comfortable to think, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite my neighbours round to my house. I'm going to get some nice mulled wine, a few mince pies, and we're going to put it on the TV, and we're going to watch the carol service together. We couldn't do that last year, could we? But we can do that this year. Alternatively, you might think, well, I'm going to bring them along here, and we're going to worship together. So there's so many opportunities that are coming up. So please do be thinking, who is it that God's asking me to invite? Unless people are invited, unless people are welcomed, they'll never come to here. And it's our job, all of our job, to do that. So if you've got any questions, as ever, please do email the office, and we will put a summary of this update on the email next week, so you can read it again and digest it if it all went straight over your head. But I want to say thank you very much. Thank you for bearing with us. It feels like we're a little bit like the people of Israel in that reading that Simon wrote. They've been hearing about going into the promised land for a very long time. And they were just on the verge of going, aren't they? We're just on the verge of going. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep praying with us. Keep working with us. Keep encouraging. And we will